Boom. You're stepping into the arena where only the smartest, the boldest, and the most ruthless survive. You think you're in control? Think again. Life doesn't give a damn about your plans, but the moment you take the reins, that's when real power starts. The game has begun, and the question is, who's pulling the strings? Are you going to play by everyone else's rules, or will you tear those rules apart and rewrite the game your way? Laugh at the chaos and watch everyone scramble while you stay calm, cold, and calculated. This is your time. Control is waiting for you to take it. You think you've got control over your life? Think again. The moment you decide to own the game, that's when everything changes. The chessboard of life isn't about playing nice or fitting in. It's about stepping into that arena and taking over. So many people walk through life like passive players, letting the world push them around, letting others dictate the pace, not you. No, when you realize you're in control, that's when the game starts. And trust me, this isn't a game for the weak-hearted. The real winners aren't those who are always in the spotlight, barking orders and making noise. Nah, it's the quiet ones. The ones who know how to read the board, who understand that victory isn't in being the loudest, but in being the smartest. You don't need to scream or force your way to the top. It's about controlling the situation, controlling the narrative, and watching everything unfold exactly how you want it. Wow. Can you feel the power already? When you're in control, you don't chase after opportunities, you create them. You don't follow others, you lead them. Every move you make is calculated, measured, and with purpose. And here's the thing, it's not about flexing power for the sake of it. No. It's about making your opponent think they're winning while you're sitting there smiling, knowing they've already lost. That's the magic. You create a world where everyone else is trapped in your strategy, walking into your traps without even realizing it. They're busy thinking they have the upper hand. Meanwhile, you've already checked them. You've already won the game. Isn't that what life is all about? Control. Life comes at you with 1,000 different directions, pulling you in all sorts of places. But when you have control, you don't let it drag you around. You take the wheel. You steer. Every step you take is a calculated one. And let me tell you, the best part about it? You're never in a rush. While the world panics, while others make mistakes, while they lose their cool, you sit there, calm as ever. You've already anticipated what's going to happen. You're a step ahead. They don't even know it, but the game, it's already over. It's like this big, dangerous puzzle, and you're the one who holds the key. As everyone else scrambles, trying to figure out what's happening, you're just sitting there, laughing under your breath, because you know you're in control. Who's in control now? You are. It's not about being the strongest, the most aggressive, or the loudest. It's about having the right mindset to take the reins, to steer the ship, and watch the chaos around you unfold exactly how you knew it would. So take a moment and think about it. When did you stop being the one who follows and become the one who leads? That's when the real game begins. All right, let's get down to the heart of it. People often get lost in the illusion that to succeed, to win, you need to be the smartest person in the room. But here's the truth. That's complete nonsense. You don't need to be the smartest. You just need to be smart enough to understand the game. Feel that excitement? Because here's where it gets real. Life is a strategy, not an exam. You don't have to memorize every single detail, but you do need to understand how the pieces move. In the game of chess, the grandmasters aren't there because they're the smartest in the room. No, they're there because they know the moves that others don't. They understand the game at a deeper level. They don't just play the board, they play their opponents. They make their moves with a purpose, even when it seems like they're going off script. And you're no different. You can dominate the game, but only if you learn how to outthink, outplay, and outmaneuver everyone around you. You see, intelligence is overrated. It's like being able to memorize a bunch of facts without understanding how to apply them. But that's not how winners play. Winners don't just know things, they know how to use what they know to get ahead. That's the secret. You don't need to know everything, just what's necessary to keep your opponent on their toes, doubting their every move. And trust me, the moment you've got them second guessing, you've already won. They're trying to figure out what's coming next while you're calmly plotting 5 steps ahead. Can you feel that rush? The power that comes with knowing that while everyone else is reacting, you're already in control. The key is to understand patterns. Life is full of them. The most successful players recognize the patterns, understand the rhythms of the game, and use them to their advantage. It's like a dancer who moves effortlessly, but what they know that others don't is the rhythm of the dance. When you can anticipate the patterns, you can break them, twist them, and make them work for you. Wow, it's so simple, yet so powerful. You don't need to be the smartest. You just need to know how to move in ways that others can't predict. You need to understand when to play your cards, when to lay low, and when to make that move that knocks everyone off balance. And guess what? That's what gives you the edge. That's what gives you the upper hand. So stop overthinking, stop obsessing over knowledge, and start mastering the art of using what you know to outsmart everyone else. That's how you rise to the top. It's not about being the smartest at the game. And you're about to turn this whole thing in your favor. All right, here we go. Let's talk about the real power in mind games. Are you ready? Unpredictability. This, my friend, is the secret weapon that will leave everyone around you shocked, stunned, and honestly scared. You see, when you play unpredictably, you disrupt the flow. You take the game and flip it on its head. You make people doubt themselves, question everything they thought they knew. And that's when you know you've got them. Imagine this. You've been playing your game, making your moves, and suddenly, boom, you throw something completely out of left field. They weren't expecting that. They've been tracking your every move, predicting your next step, but you've just left them in the dust. Haha. They didn't see that coming, did they? Unpredictability is like a shot of adrenaline to your strategy. It throws everyone off balance. While they're stuck in their own heads, wondering what just happened, you've already planned your next move. It's like a chess game where you aren't following the conventional rules anymore. You play your own game, one they can't even comprehend. What's going on in their minds? Doubt, confusion, fear. You've got them exactly where you want them. You see, people crave certainty. They need to predict things, to have a sense of control over what's happening next. And the moment you shatter that certainty, they lose it. Wow, feel that power? The beauty of unpredictability is that it doesn't just make you dangerous, it makes you unstoppable. They can never get comfortable. They'll always be second-guessing themselves. And you've already mapped out your next 10 moves. They think they have a plan, but that plan's already ruined. They can't keep up. You're living in a whole other world. How does it feel to be that ahead of everyone else? It's the rush, the thrill of knowing that while they're chasing after something, you're already on your way to something bigger, something greater. Every time they think they have you figured out, you leave them in the dust, laughing to yourself, knowing that you're playing the game they can't even comprehend. That's the power of unpredictability. It's not about random chaos either. It's about knowing exactly when to break the mold. It's about knowing when to make that unexpected move that catches everyone by surprise. And when you do, it shifts the entire game in your favor. And here's the kicker. The more unpredictable you are, the more you control the game. People get stuck in trying to predict what comes next, while you're off doing something they can't even imagine. They're in a maze of their own making, while you hold the key to every exit. That's how you win. And when you win, it's not just about the victory. It's about the thrill, the excitement of knowing you've mastered the art of unpredictability. You've taken control in a way they never saw coming. You've rewritten the rules, and now they're playing by your game. Now let's dive into the real game changer, the most dangerous weapon in the world of mind games, psychological warfare. This, my friend, is the moment when you step into the realm of true power, where you don't need to lift a finger, and yet you still control everything around you. You've heard the saying, it's all in your head, right? Well, guess what? In this game, everything is in their head. You can manipulate their every thought, their every emotion, and they won't even realize it. How does that feel? Imagine walking into a room, and without saying a word, without moving a muscle, you start to control how everyone feels, how they think, how they react. You become an invisible force, guiding them, directing them, making them do exactly what you want, and they don't even know it. Haha, feels pretty powerful, doesn't it? Psychological warfare isn't about being loud. It's about being silent, subtle, and deadly. You don't need to be the loudest in the room. You don't need to shout your intentions. No. What you do is much smarter than that. You plant seeds of doubt in their minds. You make them question themselves. You whisper in their subconscious, making them second-guess their decisions, their thoughts, their actions. And the best part? They have no idea it's happening. You manipulate their emotions, control their reactions, and guide them right where you want them. Wow, can you feel that? That's the power of psychological warfare. It's like a game of chess, except you're not just moving pieces on the board. You're controlling their minds, moving their pieces without them even realizing it. Talk about mind control, huh? Every word you say, every silence you leave hanging becomes a weapon. It's the art of misdirection. You make them focus on one thing while you set up the next move, the next trap, without them ever knowing. And when they finally realize, it's too late. You've already won. But let me tell you, this isn't about tricking people. This is about understanding how the human mind works, knowing how to influence thoughts and decisions. People have insecurities. They have fears. They have doubts. And you know exactly where to hit. You know exactly how to stir the pot, to make them feel things they didn't even know were there. The best part? You're not forcing anything. You're not demanding. You're simply guiding them with your words, your actions, your presence. And man, does that give you power? It's like you've become this invisible force field, and everyone else is just orbiting around you, reacting to everything you do. And here's the kicker. When you play psychological warfare like this, you're not just winning one battle. You're winning the entire war. You make them think they're calling the shots, when all along you've been pulling the strings, directing the show. Ain't that something? You don't need to scream, fight, or argue. You don't need to exert physical force. All you need is a strong mind and the ability to understand and manipulate the minds of others. And trust me, when you know how to do that, you become unstoppable. All right, buckle up, because we're stepping into the most thrilling part of the journey, becoming the master of mind games. And trust me, this is not for the faint-hearted. Oh no, this is the territory where true power is forged through hard work, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to constantly leveling up. If you think that mastering mind games is just about strategy and playing tricks, then you're missing the point. It's a journey of the mind, a never-ending quest for growth, mental toughness, and inner strength. And guess what? The moment you commit to this journey, life will challenge you like never before. But you know what? That's the fun part, you see. Becoming a master of mind games isn't about winning every single battle. It's about learning from every setback, every defeat, and coming out of it stronger and wiser. Each challenge, each failure is an opportunity to sharpen your skills, to hone your strategy, to get closer to your ultimate goal, becoming unstoppable. Feel the adrenaline? Because this is where things get really exciting. As you grow, you'll realize that mastery isn't a destination, it's a mindset. It's about seeing the world as a game, a puzzle, and understanding that every piece, every moment, and every person is a part of the bigger picture. And when you master the game, you don't just play, you control it. You dictate the terms, the pace, and the outcome. People will try to break you, test your limits, and push you to your breaking point. But you won't break. No. You'll stand tall, your mind as sharp as a blade, your will unshakable. You'll rise every single time life knocks you down. Because that's what true power is, resilience. The ability to stand back up stronger, smarter, and more unstoppable than ever before. Can you feel the fire inside you? That's the drive that will fuel your journey. This isn't about taking shortcuts. This is about grinding every day, pushing yourself beyond your limits, and never ever giving up. The game won't be easy, and it will definitely test you. But those who commit to becoming masters of mind games understand one thing. Growth happens in the struggle. Every painful moment, every defeat is a step forward. Don't be afraid of the struggle. Welcome it. Embrace it. Let it mold you into something greater, something more powerful than you ever thought possible. And when you emerge on the other side, unstoppable, it won't just be about winning a game. It'll be about conquering life itself. You'll know that no matter what happens, no matter how hard the world tries to throw you off course, you will always come out on top. And that is true power. So let's not sugarcoat it. This journey is tough, but the rewards, they're immense. Every step you take towards becoming the master of mind games is a step closer to unleashing the unstoppable force within you. And once you unlock that power, there's nothing that can stand in your way. Nothing. Now hold on tight, because we're about to dive into one of the most powerful elements of mind games: control. Control is the secret force that will make you unstoppable. And here's the kicker. It's not about being loud, aggressive, or even physically present. No. The real magic happens when you can influence the outcome without lifting a finger. You become the silent puppet master, pulling the strings without anyone even realizing it. Can you feel that power? Control isn't about domination. It's about subtlety. It's about knowing that the strongest person in the room doesn't need to shout to be heard. You don't need to force anything. Instead, you make everyone else believe they're in control, while you silently guide them to exactly where you want them to go. Think about it. The best chess masters, they don't need to scream to get their moves across. They just sit there with a calm, knowing smile, watching their opponent struggle to catch up. How does that feel? Knowing that while everyone else is fighting for control, you've already taken it. You're in the driver's seat, and they don't even realize they're passengers. Amazing, right? This kind of control is about playing the game in the background, while everyone else is running around like chickens with their heads cut off, trying to make sense of the chaos. You don't need to react to what's happening. You create it. Your presence alone shifts the dynamic. The way you hold yourself, the way you speak, the way you move through the room. All of it influences how others behave around you. You don't have to say a word, and yet everyone feels it. They feel the control you exude without even realizing why. They're drawn to you. They trust you. They follow you. That's the power of control. And here's the beauty of it. You don't even have to do anything. You don't need to force your hand, raise your voice, or threaten anyone. You influence through your actions, through the way you position yourself, through the way you react to the smallest details. Control is in the details, the quiet, almost invisible movements that nobody else can see. It's in the way you let a moment of silence linger, letting the tension build, and watching as the others scramble to fill that silence with their own insecurities. Boom! You've already won. You've already set the stage. You've already shifted the dynamic in your favor, and they're none the wiser. And here's the real kicker: timing.